Good afternoon, everyone. How are you? My name is Mildred Mabirizi, and I want to welcome every one of you to our webinar, Setting Realistic and Purposeful Career Goals. And like I said, I'm Mildred Mabirizi, and I will be co-presenting with Victoria Okotie. We are co-founders of Touchpoint, and at Touchpoint, our mission is to empower, inspire, and provide you with innovative solutions so that you can achieve your personal and professional career fulfillment. Between Victoria and I, we have over 40 years of combined experience in corporate America as well as entrepreneurship. We are so excited that you have joined us today because setting realistic and purposeful career goals is crucial for career professionals like you to ensure that you have continuous growth as well as satisfaction in your career. Career goals are the foundation of a successful and fulfilling professional career. So setting these goals requires a thoughtful approach, considering your individual aspirations, industry trends, as well as your personal values. The process does involve introspection, as well as strategic planning so that you align your ambitions with realistic expectations. What we will do today is we will share practical tips of how you can achieve those career goals today. So before we get started, we do have a few housekeeping items. We are recording this session, and we ask that you keep your questions up until the end of the presentation. And we do encourage you, we do have other webinars going on, so we do encourage you to sign up for those. There's one in February as well as one in March. And Victoria, you want to go up with the other items that we do have?
Yes, certainly. So, hello everyone. This is Victoria, and we would like to share a great resource with you. It is a book that Mildred and I co-authored, and it is titled Innovate Your Career, Become Indispensable. So our book is currently on sale on Amazon, so grab yourself a copy, and we know you will enjoy the read. And we will certainly share some of the book strategies in our webinars. Now, at Touchpoint, we provide career resources and even one-on-one career consultations. So visit our website at touchpoint.org to check out these resources and sign up for a session, or email us at info@touchpoint.org. We also invite you to share suggestions on topics you would like for upcoming webinars. So, setting and achieving career goals can be rewarding yet challenging. And some common challenges we've seen professionals face are the uncertainty about their passion or their values or even their long-term aspirations. And so this lack of clarity translates into unachieved goals. We've also seen people get overwhelmed with a goal they set. It could be a goal that is overly ambitious or unrealistic, and then it leads them to frustration and burnout. Some people also have the fear of failure. They have this fear of not meeting expectations or of facing setbacks, and this easily paralyzes them from achieving their goals. Then there's the issue of procrastination, that is, delaying action or not taking immediate steps towards a goal. And we see this as people make goals, and before the month of January is over, they have forgotten those goals, or they are not able to move or progress with them. Some others deal with insufficient resources Perhaps they have insufficient access to educational opportunities, or they're not even aware of opportunities. They may lack mentors. They may have financial resource challenges, and this can also hinder their career advancement. Then there is also the issue of balancing career goals with personal life demands. And you and I know how challenging that could be. Sometimes there are external factors such as economic changes like we had with COVID, or an unexpected life event that can alter one's career trajectories. And people often complain they don't have enough encouragement or support from their family or their friends, and this can impact their motivation. One of the issues we touch in our book is the imposter syndrome. And the imposter syndrome is feeling unworthy of success, or doubting one's abilities to achieve. And these can hinder one's achievement or reaching their goals. And then there's also the issue of the changing job market. And we've seen things happening at a rapid pace. And so an individual may start on one track and then have to adapt or acquire new skills because of the change in industry trend or market. And finally, there is the unrealistic time frame, when the timeline for achieving a goal can lead to stress and disappointment. So in this presentation, we will share strategies on how to overcome all of this. So let's begin with the first of 5 practical tips to setting realistic and purposeful career goals.
So the first strategy is understanding your passion and values. I like this quote by Mike Rowe, which says, happiness does not come from a job. It comes from knowing what you truly value and behaving in a way that is consistent with those beliefs. And in understanding your passion, it is really, really important to understand 2 things that you need. Number one is that self-assessment, where you reflect on your passions, on your strengths, weaknesses, as well as identifying your core values that motivate you in your career. And then the second thing is your long-term vision. You envision your ideal career scenario and how it looks like in the long term, and how that collaborates with your values as you look at your professional aspirations. So let's walk through some practical steps of how you can identify your career passion and your values. Step one is self-reflect. You dedicate time to journal your thoughts about your past as well as your current roles, projects, and experiences. And as you are thinking about this, you start to think through and reflect on the moments where you felt fulfilled as well as energized as you're doing your work. And then step two, you assess your values. And what are values? Sometimes people ask, it's a word we throw around, but what does it mean? Values are our internal set of beliefs and principles, standards, or fundamentals that define who we are and guide us to what is very important. There are online tools and worksheets that can help you identify your core values. One that I have used personally is the VI survey for character strength. And what it does is that this tool helps you to assess your strength, as well as, it gives you insight to things that you value that are important to you. So for me, when I take a job, it is really, really important that my curiosity is satisfied. I am a curious person. And so these tools help you to assess your values. And then step three, you start to look, as you have reflected on the things that you felt fulfilled, on the things that you value the most, the principles that you value the most, or the beliefs that you hold. You look for common themes. You look for what aspects of your work consistently bring you joy, satisfaction, or a sense of purpose. Then step 4, you also seek feedback from those who are around you who might see you excel. I kind of look at it like then you look out. These are the people who get that view, an outside view of your life. Reach out to your colleagues, your supervisors, your mentors, and get their perspective and see how their perspective aligns with your beliefs as well as your passion. Then step 5, analyze your past experiences by identifying where you achieved, what were you most proud of, what skills and tasks were involved, and try to understand from those skills what aspects were most rewarding to you. Where you met challenges, how did you overcome those challenges? What motivated you to persist to the end to make sure that you stayed determined to resolve whatever problem it was? Step 6, then you start to connect the dots. You connect the dots of your passion to your career goals. Those goals that you have attained, say, for example, I want to be a leader. You want to be a leader, but what things drive, what's the driving factor of that being a leader? And what goals could contribute to your sense of purpose as well as fulfillment? Listen up, people. The process of identifying your values and your passions is an iterative process. It regularly requires that you revisit it, you reflect, you reassess as your career evolves, because a career is a journey. Be open to adjusting as you understand your passion as well as your values when you go through experiences. After you complete this process, I guarantee you might discover that your passion lies in something totally different than you actually originally thought. But it could be that you like working with diverse groups of people to solve complex problems. It could be that you value creativity or autonomy or making a positive impact on society. Remember, like I said, this process is iterative. You're going to self-discover as you journey through different experiences, as you reflect on your purpose and you reflect on the feedback that others are giving you. It is going to help you to understand your passion. That way you'll get a fulfilling career that is based on your values as well as your passion. So Vicky, walk us through how we can set career goals.
Yes, the second tip is setting realistic goals. You see, when the year began, you may have come up with goals for the year, but you may also have felt unsure if and how you will achieve them. Well, the journey begins with first setting realistic goals and then breaking them into smaller, achievable tasks with milestones throughout the year. Remember, your career goals must also be aligned with industry trend and your field's current and future needs. Now, many of you have heard about setting SMART goals. SMART refers to specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound goals. But how is that practically done? Well, let's walk through an example of setting a realistic career goal using the SMART criteria. Now, let's suppose you are a marketing professional and you want to advance your career within the next year. And so your goal is to increase your leadership skills and secure a management position. Now, using the SMART criteria, your goal must first be specific. It cannot be vague, right? So you could say, in order to attain a management position within the marketing department in my company, I need to develop my leadership skills, get a mentor, find a sponsor, and complete a recognized leadership training program. Second, your goal must be measurable. So you can say, okay, this year, 2024, I will complete 2 leadership training courses, attend at least 3 leadership conferences, and mentor 2 junior team members. Your goal must also be achievable. You need to ask yourself, is it really realistic and an attainable step to reach management position in my department? If it is, then that goal is achievable. Next, it must be relevant. So you would think through the process of enhancing your leadership skills and asking yourself truthfully, is this the missing piece that I need, which will qualify me for a management role? And does this align with my organizational needs? If that is the case, then your goal is relevant. Plus, you could see it as it would also help you to compete for external roles. And finally, your goal must be time bound. So, for instance, you may say, I will achieve my goal within the next 18 months. And to do that, I will complete a progress review every quarter with my mentor or my accountability partner to ensure that I am on track to reach my goal. Well, after setting these goals, the next step is to outline an action plan, because a goal without an action plan is just a wish list. Now, here are some action plans you could incorporate. So, first, you could identify training programs that include skills which trend with the industry. For instance, in marketing, we're seeing how digital marketing and social media marketing and Internet of Things and AI is driving the marketing industry. So you could research leadership training programs and select courses that focus on this area to be in sync with the trend of the industry. Another action plan could be networking and mentoring. So you could connect with current managers within your organizations, share your aspirations, and ask them for their advice or support. Or you could seek mentorship from a senior manager or even sponsorship. So you gain insights into the skills required to advance in your company or the upcoming opportunities. You could also set milestones. So, taking the goal, breaking them into, say, quarterly milestones and deliverable. So, for instance, for quarter one, you would say, in the first quarter, I will complete a leadership training course. In the second quarter, I would attend a leadership conference and begin mentorship. So, every quarter has its milestone and deliverables, which you can track and review. And it's also important to get feedback and adjust your plans as circumstances change, regularly assessing your progress and getting feedback from mentors or colleagues. And finally, celebrate the achievements, celebrate milestones, whether they're big or small, because these will motivate you even more. So, by following this example, you will increase the likelihood of success and ensure that your career goal is both realistic and purposeful. A third tip we'd like to share is the importance of aligning your career goals with your personal development. You see, very often people come up with goals that are disjointed from their personal development. But having alignment is essential to not only achieving these goals, but also to grow holistically. And we know that the process may not be easy, but it will be fulfilling. I love this quote by Colin Powell. He said, a dream does not become reality through magic. It takes sweat, it takes determination, and it takes hard work. But we believe that you should have fun through the journey. So let's look at another practical example of how to achieve this alignment. Say if your career goal is to become a project manager within the next 2 years. Well, there are several personal development areas you may need to consider in your personal development plan. Besides the management skills, you may want to also build your communication skills, like participating in a public speaking, like Toastmaster, or practicing presenting one of your projects to a diverse audience while you seek feedback on your communication style from colleagues. You may also want to add time management and project management skills so you can learn to efficiently project plan and time allocate. So, some actionable steps could be taking a course or getting a PMP or an agile certification. I remember the words of Tom Hopkins. He said, "You are your greatest asset. Put your time, effort, and money into your personal development." And so you may also want to learn maybe new project management tools to enhance your organization skills or volunteer to assist a project manager or even manage a small project on your own. And then there is conflict resolution skills and negotiating skills. These are actionable steps you could include in your personal development plan. While you are learning, you can also integrate your learning into your current roles. So find opportunities to apply the newly acquired skills directly to your current role or projects so you can hone these skills. So ultimately, by aligning your personal development with your career goal, you not only enhance the specific skills required for your desired role, but you also foster a well rounded professional growth. And your growth is purposeful and directly applicable to your career aspirations. So, Mildred, walk us through how to balance short term and long term goals.
So balancing your short-term and long-term goals requires to have immediate milestones, but those milestones have to contribute to your long-term vision, as well as be adaptable. Be open to adjusting your goals as the circumstances change. And how I see how this plays out really, really well is, when you're doing the integration, as you ensuring that, for example, you have a short-term goal of enhancing your technical skills in the next 6 to 12 months. You step back and ask, how does this contribute to my long-term goal? And you make sure that you have regular reviews by assessing the progress you're doing as well as adjusting your goals as needed. There's a significant change in industry, then you look back and you say, hey, you know what? I've been taking, this computer class, but it's not actually a digital class, but it's not actually needed now because industry is now looking at AI. So being able to look at trends, look at your personal circumstances, you have a child or your parent is sick or you get sick, how you translate those into making sure that you are reviewing your progress and how things are going. The other thing is making sure that you celebrate the milestones, acknowledging your achievements at every step, be it that they are small milestones that in the 6 months you complete this technical skills class that you are taking, or long term you get that leadership position that you are wanting. Taking time to celebrate ensures that your motivation stays high. And then lastly is learn to adapt and continuously learn. A continuous mindset allows you to adapt quickly where you experience failures. when you have a continuous mindset, you're able to pick yourself up and move on and learn from, learn from that failure or setback. And also, as new opportunities arise, you consider, how do these align with my long-term goal? So balancing both your short-term and long-term goals, skill set, helps to enhance your long-term goals for whatever it is that you're looking to accomplish in your career. You can become cohesive and purposeful as you develop your plan, because it is your plan. This enables you to accomplish your personal goals and attain that fulfillment you're looking for. But in everything, there's always challenges. And Vicky, walk us through how we can overcome these challenges.
I believe this is a very important um, tip because we must expect, prepare, and overcome oncoming challenges. It is not realistic not to acknowledge that challenges may be part of your journey to reaching your goals. Booker T. Washington once said, I have learned that success is to be measured not so much by the position that one has reached in life as by the obstacles which he has had to overcome while trying to succeed. We believe the key is to develop resilience, to navigate and learn from setbacks, to adapt, to work smart, and to strategically problem solve. Also, it's important to avoid burnout by maintaining a healthy balance as you strive to meet your goal in addition to your daily priorities, because it is simply not sustainable to live life at extremes. So let's consider one final practical example where a professional is facing a common challenge in reaching their career goal. The challenge is that they're experiencing limited networking opportunities in their company. Well, the first step is to identify what is the challenge. Well, the professional has to understand that this limited networking opportunity situation is hindering their ability to build a strong professional network. And they must recognize that networking is crucial for career advancement and also for gaining insights into industry trend. So the next step will be to develop a strategy. And that strategy can look like leveraging online networking. So by exploring online platforms such as LinkedIn or attending virtual conferences or industry forums, this professional is able to connect with professionals in his field and overcome the geographical limitations by tapping into a broader network. Another strategy could be utilizing existing contacts, leveraging these contacts such as friends or alumni or colleagues to introduce and connect them to relevant industry professionals, because we know that personal connections can often open doors to new opportunities or unexpected opportunities. The person might also want to consider joining professional associations or groups that offer networking events, even if they are virtual, because these associations provide a platform to meet industry leaders and peers. And then, after developing a strategy, it's important to implement the strategy. So, by allocating time each week for online networking or for attending virtual events, then this professional is able to follow up with that commitment. And then they get feedback and assess the effectiveness of the strategies they have chosen. They can adjust or change the strategy if it doesn't seem like it's working. And still remembering that, for instance, building a network takes time. The result may not be immediate, but with a mindset of persistence and patience, they can remain committed to the strategy and continue to make efforts even in the face of challenges. So ultimately, by systematically addressing one's challenges, everyone is able to walk towards overcoming those obstacles in their career development path. Again, the key is to approach challenges with a proactive mindset, implement strategic solutions whilst remaining resilient throughout the process. We want to end by leaving you with one last quote. Jeffrey Gitoma once said, obstacles cannot stop you. Problems cannot stop you. Most of all, other people cannot stop you. Only you can stop you.
Thank you, Vicky. So setting realistic and purposeful career goals is an ongoing process that requires self-reflection, adaptability, continuous learning. So by aligning your aspirations with industry trends and your personal values, you can find and build a fulfilling, successful career. Remember, the journey towards achieving your goals is as important as the goals themselves. So stay focused and motivated and enjoy the process of career or professional growth. If this talk has inspired you, I invite you to write down one thing today that you will do to move you closer to your goal. I encourage you to share it with a friend. And if not, feel free to also share it with us at info@touchpoint.com. If you need help setting your career goals or creating a career plan, we are here for you. So please reach out on our website on touchpoint.org. You can set up a consultation session, or you can email us at info@touchpoint.org to also set up a consulting session. We also have other webinars that are coming up in February and March, and I invite you to sign up for those. And also, we ask that you give us feedback on other topics that you would like for us to be able to present about or speak to that are of particular interest to you. At this time, we are going to end the presentation as well as stop the recording, and we will open the floor up for your questions. Sorry. So put those questions in the chat box, or feel free to come off mute and ask your question directly.